excerpt from a book by Dr. Seuss that my dad read me when I was little. I've taken some liberty to change a few words, and this time I read it to my dad and for my sisters. Oh, the places you'll go. You'll be on your way up, you'll be seeing great sights, you'll join the high flyers who soar to high heights. You won't lag behind because you'll have the speed, you'll pass the whole gang, and you'll soon take the lead. Wherever you fly, you'll be the best of the best. Wherever you go, you'll top all the rest. Except when you don't, because sometimes you won't. I'm sorry to say, but sadly it's true, that hang-ups can also happen to you. You'll get hung up in a prickly perch, or your game will fly on. You'll be left in a lurch. You'll come down from that lurch with an unpleasant bump, and then chances are you'll be in a slump. And when you're in a slump, you're not in for much fun. Unslumping yourself is not easily done. With banner flip-flopping, once more you'll ride high, ready for anything under the sky. Ready because you're that kind of guy. Oh, the places you'll go, there is fun to be done. There are points to be scored, there are games to be won. And the magical thing you can do with that kite will make you the winningest winner in sight. Fame. You'll be famous as famous can be in the wide world of hang gliding and with little old me. And when you're alone, there's a very good chance you'll meet things that scare you right out of your pants. There are some down the road between hither and yon that can scare you so much you won't want to go on. But on you will go, though the weather is foul, and on you will go, though your enemies prowl. On and on you will hike, and I know you'll hike far, and face up to your problems, whatever they are. You'll get mixed up, of course, as you already know. You'll get mixed up with many strange birds as you go. So be sure when you step with care and great tact, and remember that life's a great balancing act. Just always remember to be dexterous and deft, and never mix up your right foot with your left. And you will succeed, yes you will indeed, 98.75% guaranteed. So be your name Kara, or Maddie, or Amy, or Baby Goose, Maddie Boo, Amers, or Sweetie. You're off to great places. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting, so go on your way. I love you, Dad. Now, I'd like to introduce Maddie.
Hi, I'm Rob's middle daughter, Maddie. Thank you, Kara. When someone dies, the mark they leave on people seems to shine brighter than ever before. Through my dad's passing, it's become evident that he was well-loved, widely respected. Today you've heard about, and you will continue to hear about, Rob the friend, Rob the brother, Rob the businessman, Rob the husband. But there's a side of Rob that, aside from myself, only 2 other people on this planet truly know. I hope that you will allow me to highlight who Rob was to me and to my sisters, a dad. First of all, my dad was fun. He was an early riser. He would greet the morning with a deep breath in and a loud thank you, God. He loved to play Tickle Monster with us in the living room when we were kids. His goofy grin and his boisterous laughter was so infectious. He loved to take us up to Irvine Park to feed the duckies. We would pick out the stalest piece of bread in the pantry and hop in the car. My dad taught me how to call all the duckies over, saying, "Here, ducky, ducky." We would spend hours under the trees. My dad was also a wonderful chef. When we had sleepovers, he would get up early and make us a special breakfast of eggs, sourdough toast, and extra crispy bacon. If you've ever had breakfast with my dad, you know this. And you can't forget the extra sharp cheddar. He was kind of neurotic about the cheese. It had to be extra sharp and wrapped just right in the saran wrap like they used to do at the cheese shop in Vail. My dad was not a disciplinarian. He was the kind of dad that let us eat with our fingers instead of our forks when Mom wasn't home. He let us stay up way too late. When I asked for just one more bedtime story and batted my eyelashes, he couldn't resist. When on the rare occasion he did try to lay down the law and raise his voice a bit, I thought he looked a bit elfish. On those occasions, I couldn't help but giggle. I think maybe it was because it was so out of character for him to get angry. My dad was also sentimental. I'll never forget the day I graduated from 8th grade. I was giving the commencement speech, and my dad, of course, had the video camera. After the ceremony, I was talking to some friends and their parents, and one of them came up to me and said, there was this man standing behind me, and he was crying through your entire speech. Was that your dad? And I responded with a sigh and assured, yep, that's my dad. My dad marched, or rather ran, to the beat of his own drummer. I went to a local elementary school, and our playground, in fact, shared 3 fences with a nearby park. This would just happen to be the same park that my dad went for his daily runs in. Not a good situation. There was many a time that I was out at recess, or even worse, out at PE with the entire upper grade, and my dad would go running by the playground fence in his dolphin shorts. And of course, he was waving and jumping around like he did, yelling, "Hey, it matters." I got looks from my classmates, and what else could I do but shrug and say, that's my dad, red dolphin shorts and all. My dad was a teacher. I'll never forget how proud I was of him when he came to my school for a kind of show and tell session. He brought a glider, and I got to help him set it up. I thought I had the coolest dad in the world. He taught my class about hang gliding and what it was like to be in his business. I couldn't have been prouder of him that day. Believe it or not, my dad also taught me my times tables. It took patience and persistence, but he succeeded. He was also so good at those little cliches and anecdotes. When I'd be having a hard time, he would tell me, "It's okay, Matters, straighten up and fly right, little girlie." One of the most important things my dad ever taught me was to do what you love and to love what you do. When I would ask him why I couldn't have an expensive toy or something of the sort, he would respond with, "You have to make sacrifices to be able to do what we love in life." Throughout my life, my dad tried his darndest to be the best dad he could, and I think he did a pretty good job. To be honest, I've been shocked at the responsive love and respect that is poured out through his passing. I know that I have only just begun to realize the amazingly widespread effect he had on this world. Aside from the countless things my dad has taught me in life, the one thing I've already learned through his passing is the amazing effect that he had on mine. My dad will continue to teach me, love me, and make me laugh for the rest of my life. I love you, Dad, and I'll see you soon. In his words, I say to you, we'll see ya. I'd like to bring up my little sister Amy. She's going to play a song that she wrote for my dad this past Father's Day.